Hello everybody, it is Jay from Hooked Aquatics, and in today's video we're going to be scaping, as you might be able to see from the box that is next to me here, the Fluval Betta Premium Aquarium Kit. Now, I've had this tank for a while and I'm very much looking forward to getting stuck into this one today. We're going to be scaping it and I'll talk you through the process as to what materials I'm using, what plants I'll be using in the scape, and hopefully it'll be the perfect home for our betta fish. Let's get into today's video and I hope you enjoy it. We're going to start the video today by unboxing the tank and setting up ready to scape. If you've seen the initial unboxing video on my channel from a few months ago, I unboxed each section and discussed the features of this tank in much more detail. Next, I'm going to put a towel down underneath the tank to prevent making a mess. Not only this, it also gives me a lot more space to work with, from everything to plant preparation to hardscape arrangement. I can do it all in one space. For the hardscape, we'll be using dragonwood, dragonstone and bits of azalea wood. I found this pre-constructed piece on eBay that I absolutely love and thought it would work perfectly in this setup. So this scape will be constructed around this featured centerpiece. Then got some smaller pieces of dragonwood and dragonstone. We'll also be using all of these and combining them in different ways to ensure that this scape has the depth that it requires. And finally, for detailing, we're going to be using an aquascaping pack of azalea wood. These branches will give the perfect details. Our first step is to put the feature piece into the tank. This will allow me to work around it and add crucial detailing to really bring the scape to life. Now that we've got the feature piece in the tank, I'm actually going to take it out for this next step. And there's a reason for that, because these dragonstone pieces that we have are going to sit nicely on the bottom. They sit perfect in the gap underneath the featured centerpiece. And to make it fit perfectly, what we'll do is pop these in first and then pop the featured centerpiece back in, and it'll all flow seamlessly into one piece. As you can see, once the main feature piece is back in the tank, those dragonstone pieces fit snug underneath. What I'm doing here is just moving that stack of dragonstone as close to the main feature piece as possible underneath. This will allow me to glue it easier and to make sure that there are no issues further down the line. This is how it's looking so far, and I love the initial hardscape. It's time to add some detailing pieces. Starting with some extra dragonwood to layer up and provide more planting spots. This piece I've found fits nicely in this gap at the side and looks like it flows in the same way the main dragonwood pieces do. Next is one of my favourite steps. Detailing is key to taking an aquascape to the next level, and I'm going to be adding more azalea branches to give us that texture. As you can see, I'm going to be carefully selective to ensure the pieces flow in the same direction as the rest of the hardscape, to give the impression of one complete seamless structure. As I'm placing these azalea branches into the hardscape, I'm looking for ways to wedge them into the wood so that they'll all flow in the same direction, creating one seamless flowing piece that doesn't look disruptive. I've never used two different types of wood in a hardscape before, and I'm very much enjoying having to try and blend it in together. Next up, it's time to glue the hardscape together, and I'm going to be doing this using the Moss UK Hardscape glue. And for the first time, I'm also going to be utilising these precision tips from Horizon Aquatics. This will ensure I'm gluing accurately and not missing any gaps. I'm now putting the precision tip on the end of the glue bottle, and it's key to make sure that this is on tightly and securely so that the glue doesn't leak out. Then using cotton wool, I'll pull apart these small pieces like so, and wedge into gaps between hardscape pieces to create contact points to bond the structure together. This is key to ensure that all contact points are secured to prevent any hardscape from detaching or floating once the aquarium is filled. I'm now going to apply some glue as accurately as possible to ensure that the contact points are all secured. My next job is to clear a space to break up Dragonstone, and the weather is not helping much with this. I'm looking to break a few smaller pieces up for both detailing and filling gaps. My aim is to create a barrier between the front and the back of the aquarium where I'm going to separate the soil and substrate for a clean and polished look. I'm then going to add these Dragonstone pieces that we've broken up to fill in gaps and to just make it look a little bit more detailed. Speaking of substrate, for this I'm going to be using Fluval Betta Stratum, essential for providing key nutrients for plants to thrive. These came with the aquarium in the prize pack from Fluval, and I'm looking forward to using the product for the first time. With this aquascaping scoop, it's allowing me to be more accurate putting in the Betta Stratum, preventing it from spilling over into the foreground. I've banked up a substrate layer of about 5 to 6 centimetres. This will allow the Cypress elferi and cryptocoraline green gecko space to root and grow. Next up, I'm going to add in the substrate, which I'm using this Wio Riverbed Everglades bag. I think this golden sand colour will pop really well in the setup, and the substrate has botanicals mixed in already, perfect for recreating a Betta fish's natural environment. Using the aquascaping scoop again, I'm doing the same, pouring the substrate into the foreground of the aquarium, where a divide is now visible between the foreground and the background. This is how it's looking so far. Let's get on to the planting and really bring this scape to life. The plant selection we're going to be using for this scape is going to start off with Philanthus fluitans, which will add last to the surface of the aquarium. We've then got Bucephalandra aqua artica, and Bucephalandra brownie ghost that will add onto the hardscape. Alongside Anubias barteri nana, and the smaller Anubias barteri mini coin. These colours should complement each other nicely once attached, adding a layer of depth. And the background will consist of cryptocoraline green gecko, and one of my personal favourite background plants, Cypress elferi. Lastly, to boost height in the layout, we've got this Microsorum pteropus narrow. This will sit perfectly nearer the top of the hardscape. I'm going to plant the background first, with Cypress alferi creating a curtain along the back wall of the aquarium. But first, we'll start by spraying the substrate before planting. This is a great tip as it makes planting much easier. Once the Cypress alferi is in place, like so, I'll then move on to planting the Cryptocoryne Wenty green gecko. Once established, this will hopefully create a clean transition from the background to the midground of the aquarium. Next up are our Anubias species. Both Barteri Nana and Minicoin complement each other really well with contrasting shades of green. I've then added our Bucephalandra species to the hardscape, with this being Brownie Ghost and this being Aqua Arctica, showcasing a lighter shade of colour. All that's left for us to do then is add our Microsorum Pteropus Narrow, and I found this perfect gap for this to sit in. This is the completed hardscape, and I'm happy with the overall layout. I may add some detailing gravel, but I think it's time to fill the tank and add in our red root floaters. Phyllanthus fluitans or red root floaters are the perfect addition to the surface of any aquarium. This is because not only are they easy to add to your aquarium, they will also absorb any excess nutrients from your water column. And on top of that, they provide shade and cover for your fish. I'm not sure whether I'll leave these red root floaters in this setup, as with the tank being quite small, they could quite easily clog up the flow around the surface. However, I will certainly leave them in for now, and we'll see how we get on. So after filling the tank up, our next step is to make sure that this tank is safe for us to transfer our Betta over from the old tank into the new one. And the way we're going to do this is by taking out the filter media from the old tank, putting the filter media into the compartment at the back in the new tank, to ensure that we've already got the beneficial bacteria established in the tank. And then over the next few days, once I've added the fish in, I'll monitor the parameters. I'll test every day and make sure that everything is running smoothly in the tank. Just as a precaution as well, I've also removed some water from this tank, taken probably about half a bucket from the other aquarium and put that in here. So water doesn't really hold beneficial bacteria at all, but it's just an extra level of precaution to make sure that everything goes smoothly with the transfer. So I'm just going to show you this as best I can. In the top section of the filter pad here, we've got this little part that we can pop out. So I'm going to move that, and then I'll show you just how we're going to fit our established cycled filter media into this gap here. So here we've got our established and cycled filter media from the Fluval Flex, and what we're going to do is we're just going to try our best to pop it into that section at the back. Now, it might not fit flush because the filter media bag for the Fluval Flex is slightly bigger, but as long as it fits into the compartment, you can just sort of place it back down into the tank like that. Now that everything is ready to go, it is time to put our Betta into his new home. And with that, our brand new Bettascape is complete. Our Betta is in his new home, swimming around and just exploring his new surroundings, and I have no doubt that this environment will give him the perfect opportunity to thrive and to really bring out his personality. If you've enjoyed today's video, please remember to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to let me know what you think of this scape, and please do hit the subscribe button. As always, thank you very much for watching. I very much look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care. Thank you.